Check that shit. Oh. Okay, welcome back to episode 128.
Wow.
Damn.
That was strong.
There's a reason for that. Okay, let's get this podcast going. With the shades on. I think I'm gonna start wearing these shades just every podcast now, bro.
Make it a thing, bro.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Make it your style.
Some people like it too, you know?
That's cool.
Yeah. So, we're here with another episode 28. It's gonna be a lot different from last podcast. Last podcast had 2 parts. I fucked up. And yeah, that really pissed me off, but I was upset by that, you know, because a lot of people like watching the video, and a lot of people couldn't watch the whole podcast, you know, and I feel like it didn't even get good to the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how I felt. So I made something, and a lot of people were concerned about me, and I was like, I'm not like sad, I'm just like being like honest, and I'm just going through some shit, but I think people just think I'm really going, like, I'm, like, sad or something because, like, I guess, I don't know, many people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So people are like, are you okay? I'm fine. It's just, like, I'm just explaining how I really feel, you know?
Right.
You know, and just getting deep and being honest.
Yeah.
So.
I guess what I got from it, I wasn't really, like, concerned as like, what you were saying. But I was just, like, he's just going through the motion type of thing, you know? And it's kind of... well, you're just kind of like taking that one step back and just kind of like visualizing everything, realizing everything, you know?
Yeah, and just kind of like, I was just talking about like what I was going through because I was just thinking, I was like, man, I need to do something for this podcast, and I've been like really down and shit. I was like, well, shit, let me just talk about how I feel and how I plan on making it better or what I plan on doing. But yeah, people were like, are you okay? I was like, I'm fine. I'm good. It's just like, you know, that's just how I feel right now, you know? And
yeah.
It's just always gonna be, not always, but it's not always gonna be just good, you know.
No.
There's gonna be rough patches all the time.
Of course.
But and it's still like till today, like I was like, I feel good, you know. Finally, you know, it's been rough for me, but I mean, shit, it just be like that sometimes.
It do be like that,
you know. And the most important thing I was trying to do though is just I wanted to put that out there so when people do listen to it, they're like, damn, you know, he must be going through some shit, but then they'll see this podcast and they're like, oh, this is a whole different person, you know?
Right.
But it's not like that. It's just like I was just talking about how I really feel and stuff like that. So, you know. But yeah. Did you like listen to any of it or not?
I just listened to the little clips that you put out.
Did you have anyone tell you anything about it or nothing?
No, nothing really.
I was just curious.
Oh no, not like on my side.
No,
not really.
Okay. But how'd you feel the podcast with George?
I guess I kind of told you that one day we went out for breakfast. It was alright, you know. Yeah. But like you said, there could have been more energy levels.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing that with me, like the flow, like, you know, I think both of us, we figured out that like there has to be some form of flow. And then now what everything going on is just like the podcast I think we had with Sam, that was good, and then with George where it's a little bit more slower. And I think also from my part, I got to figure out how I can make it more interesting, you know?
Improvising it.
Yeah, because I'm not saying it was a good podcast for me, but for people listening, they might think it was a little maybe boring or too long or maybe just like, you know? So I need to figure out, because I do want to have people on that maybe are going to have, what is it called? No, I'm not saying they can't talk, but it's harder for them, or like, you know, because I don't want to say like George, like for him to get his message across, it's just difficult for some reason. I don't know. Because it took me to figure out how like he communicates and stuff, and I know how he talks, so I get what he's saying, but a lot of people might not, you know. So that, like, to me it was like, oh, it went good, but I know that a lot of people are going to be maybe confused, or they're like, oh, I don't know, you know.
Right. I know what you mean.
But yeah, I need to figure that out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Well, hopefully you heard that Baylor won the national title, the basketball team.
I heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
That the women's that they got knocked out.
Yeah.
It was controversial in a way.
Yeah.
That the men's that they won.
Yeah, they brought it
Right?
home, and then they were going crazy at Baylor, bro. There were some TikToks and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they're like setting
Wow.
like couches on fire on campus. It's great.
Wow.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty wild. But yeah, it was pretty cool that they won, and I think working where I'm at, Baylor's kind of growing on me. So like I used to be like, oh, F Baylor, but now I'm just like, you know what?
You kind of support them. I see it
Yeah.
everywhere over here, bro.
Yeah,
Everywhere, everybody's wearing Baylor like gear and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, they really like it.
yeah, bro.
I'm telling myself, like, I want to get myself some Baylor gear. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
shit about it, but I at least want to have it, like, I guess souvenir wise. You
yeah,
know?
yeah. It's a big thing here, especially like in this town.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely, bro.
yeah.
I see it everywhere.
So how you been lately? And you're a dad now, looking ass.
With my what?
Because of your cats.
Oh yeah. I'm a grandpa actually.
You're a
now.
grandpa.
Yeah, my cats have. My cat she just gave birth recently. It was funny. It was actually on Angel's birthday party.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I guess she wanted to crash the party too.
Yeah.
So she had some kittens, and yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. It's been a little like it's had its up and downs with I guess the whole cat situation
Yeah.
too. A lot. I think most of them passed away, which is sad.
Yeah,
But I mean, I guess that's how it is sometimes. I know it's difficult for cats to
yeah.
to make.
Well, you told me that.
Yeah.
But I think it's crazy how long she lasted pregnant.
It took her like 4 months, bro. No cap.
But like, I was like, oh, is she pregnant? And like, I knew it since like, I don't know, bro. Like since
I
Like-
want to say Thanksgiving.
yeah,
A little bit after Thanksgiving. A
but
little
it
bit
was
after.
pretty early, and I was like, she's pregnant, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Yeah, it was around the time Thanksgiving, and like a few weeks after, like maybe a week or two after, we were just like, I think she's pregnant. And I mean, we're barely in April now, so yeah, it was about 4 months that she was pregnant.
Yeah,
Longest pregnancy for an animal I've ever seen in my life.
that shit was crazy. I was like, man, she just getting fat at this point. She just fat.
No,
I started thinking that.
No, she was pregnant as well.
Yeah. But how's everything going?
Now I want to say it's been a lot better.
Mhm.
I feel a lot more relaxed, at ease. I'm less stressed. I was going through a lot of stress, and I would have to say too myself.
Mhm.
I was kind of going through the motions myself.
Stress? What kind of stress though? Like,
I would say like hopeless. Not really know what I'm doing. Kind of lost. Doubts, insecure. Stuff like that, bro. I guess the usual, I wouldn't say they're not that uncommon, but they were just all hitting me hard at once, and I was just like, frig, like I don't even know what to do with my life anymore. But yeah, man, I mean, yeah, I guess that's the whole point,
a point of what?
life.
Yeah. So you said you feeling stressed. So how you feeling now? Just more controlled of it, or like?
Yeah.
Because like honestly, like it doesn't really go away,
It doesn't, but like sometimes I know that we're pretty familiar with it, that sometimes you just gotta you can't focus too much on it,
Yeah.
You can't let it take over you and control your life, your whole week, your whole month, like it took a toll on me for a couple of days, but then you start telling yourself like, dude, if you can't do anything about it right here at this moment, then don't really try to worry too much about it. Try not to give a fuck about it right now. Just focus on the next things. Focus what you can work on right now. And I guess that's just been what I've been doing lately too.
Because like the reason why I'm asking this is because like lately, I mean, I've been going through some shit too, but it's like it's getting harder because I'm trying to grow, you know. And I was like, and it's to me, it was like you gotta be logical. I told myself, I was like, I gotta be logical. Like obviously, if you want to grow, like stuff is just gonna be more difficult. It's like in anything when you play soccer or you play the game and you level up, it's gonna be more challenging. So it's just adapting to the challenges, and they do cause stress. They do cause doubt in your mind, and it's just like I start telling myself, it's like it's all like your mind is telling you it's hard, but it's only because like you're trying to grow, And then like I'm just like, and I've caught myself so many times like down. I was like, man, like, and I just like get this doubt, bro, and I'm just like so down for the rest of the day. Like fuck, like this or like that, you know. And then, and it's still there. It doesn't go away, you know. Right, but it's just like I think telling yourself like I mean, like you said, I mean, I can't do shit about it, you know.
Yeah.
It's like either I can cry about it and go down this fucking hole and like just be sad and down all day, or like I mentioned in the last part, I was like, I gotta make the most out of everything, you know, even when it gets tough or hard. Like, dude, last night I went to sleep at 2, and I woke up at what, like 7:30, 45, and it's like 11:30 right now. I'm gonna go to sleep probably like at 1. But it's just like I tell myself, like, I mean, like it's just like, oh well, like, you know, like it is what it is. Was that you? What the fuck? And but yeah, I mean, I think it's just all adapting to because it's the stress. Like it doesn't, and this is where I think like stress, like we bring it upon ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I understand like shit, you know, you got work or if someone who has kids or you got issues going on. But it's just like learning and figuring out how to control those things or adapt to those things or managing your thoughts, whatever. Like it gets better, you know. Or you're just like, man, fuck it, oh well, you know. And it's just like, because at one point you really gotta think, and this probably happened to you because I kind of know you. You're probably just like, I mean, what the fuck can I do? Like I don't really got a choice, but like kind of like just suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
And I think it hurts more when you try to fight it. Like, to be honest with you.
What do you mean by fighting?
Like fighting the like, oh, I'm stressed. Like I'm trying to do something about it, or like work, or like my, what do I say? Maybe like at the gym, like this. You're just trying to fight, like fight against yourself, versus like the stress, or like you trying to fight that. You know what I'm saying?
Does it create more stress for you? When
you do stuff like I think for me it does personally.
I think that's exactly what happened to me too, bro. And that's actually why I took a break from the gym. It kind of makes sense to me now. It's just like I was already stressed.
Yeah.
And then I go to the gym, and then I'm still stressed, and I'm like, nah, I have to be tough. I have to be tough.
Yeah.
And I try to outwork myself, and I'm just like, no, I just caused more stress on myself because I'm not. I just felt more insecure, and it's just like, well, now I'm stressed about being insecure now, you know. And it's just like
it's like a domino effect, but in a negative way. It's called the. Oh, I forgot who says it. I don't know if it's Joe or David or Jocko. There's bad momentum and there's good momentum, you know. And it's like once you get that bad momentum, it's just like boom and then boom and then boom. Yeah. And you just let that shit stack up on you, man. It gets tough.
Yeah, bro.
And getting out of there, it's even harder, you know.
Yeah. And I mean, I think I already went down. I already had my downhill, you know. So I'm barely. Like just recently, bro. I would say I'm picking myself back up. Like just this week I hit the gym twice, which is better than not going at all. So I mean,
but I think, I don't know, like you tell me what happened with you, but at one point, like you gotta realize how like down you've come, and you gotta accept it, but then also realize like from here I can only go up,
right?
You know.
Yep.
So it's just like, you know, like even if I have a bad day tomorrow, it's like, I mean, it can get worse. I mean, it could, but like mentally, you know, you're just like, fuck, this shit sucks, whatever. And it's like, well, I mean, if I do this, like, it's better than yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, and then now you're working your way up the fucking hill.
No, yeah, man. I mean, I think I reached. This is messed up to say, but like I mentally reached like. I wouldn't say rock bottom, but I was down there. I was definitely down there, bro. Just so angry at everything, at myself, and bro, you should have seen me with those packages on my truck, bro. Like I was just like kicking shit over, like, man, I hate this, I hate this, I hate that, whatever. I was bad, bro. But I mean, I overcame that already, I think. And like you said, you have to realize like. This is like as far as it goes.
Yeah.
I can only go up from here now, you know, and that's how it's been lately. It's been a little. I've been taking like small steps forward, small steps up now.
And then another thing I was thinking about is like I was like, think about all the shit you've done, took in, and like learned. And I started thinking about these books. I was like, think about the books you've written. Like, okay, this, I'll think about that. And one I think about the most lately was the Surrender Experiment, where you just like kind of let go of everything and you just surrender. And just go with the flow. And I said this in the podcast. Like, you just go with the flow of life. Like, just move with it.
Dude, that's so crazy. I think I thought about that today, too. Yeah, bro. I dropped off a package. And then all of a sudden, I remember that book when I was just like looking out. I don't know, bro. I just took a moment and absorbed everything, like what I was looking at and everything. I'm just like, remember that book, The Surrender Experiment? And I'm just like, yeah, just go with the flow today, bro.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I had a long ass route today at work, and then I was just like, this is my life right now. You know?
Yeah.
I just have to take it, accept it, and go with the flow.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, I was like, just get lost in that moment, you know, like in the day, whatever. Just get lost. Like, invest yourself, your mind, and your feelings, like in that moment. And whatever happens, like just take it in, like, okay, you know, and get lost, bro, and make it the most you can, whether it goes good or bad. But like, I think doing that, that's when like you start to learn or like figure out how to make the most out of every day, and like you can be like, you know what, I did the best I could, or I made the most I could of today, you know.
Right. And I think that kind of affected me a little bit after work too, because I mean, George, he was asking for help. I'm like, all right, I'll be right there, you know, kind of going with the flow. Like, there's an opportunity there, and I was just like, all right, bro, say less, I'll be there, you know. And I was there, and I did it, and I got off like about an hour ago. So yeah, man.
Yeah, and I mean, shit, for me, like, you know, I'm working, like, bro, I mean, I leave the house at, I leave the house at 8. I don't get home till 10. So I'm, like, away 14 hours doing something. You know, I mean, I got my downtime at work, whatever, but it's just, like, also for me, it's just, like, you know, like, you're working 55 hours a week at work, and you're putting in an hour and a half in the gym, sometimes 2. Like, this is your life right now, bro, you know? And it's just, like, and I've told myself, I was, like, if you want to be this person, like, this is like the sacrifice you're gonna have to make. Like, it's just like that, you know. Like, you can't be the GOAT, or you can't be like that person, or you can't have this certain podcast without like just taking shortcuts. And that's just like being honest. I was like, if you don't want to do it, then just don't. But if you really do it, it's just like, oh fucking, and dude, I'm like, I used to like sleep a lot, you know, and now I'm like fucking, like, I can't sleep.
When you used to take naps?
Not just naps, waking up like late or trying to sleep early, and now I'm just like, man, I gotta do this shit. Like, I'll just fucking wake up and suck it up in the morning, you know. I'll take some caffeine and I'm good, you know, like today, you know. And it's just like kind of accepting that, you know. And it's just like, it's just like that, bro. Sometimes like it
is what it is,
and it's not and then also just telling myself, like, it's gonna be hard, like, in the beginning, but after a few times and you know what you're doing, it's gonna get easier. Right. And it's like I was saying, it can only get, once you get so low or it gets so difficult, you can only go up.
Right.
So, but I've been thinking about that book, like, just not giving in, but like not trying to force shit, like just getting, like, just surrendering and everything, and going with the flow. And I mean, dude, I had a thought to like my grandma. I talked to my mom yesterday. I've been like just mentally like hurting, exhausted. Like, I'm just like, fuck, this shit sucks. I've never been like, and then my confidence has been so fucking like low, cause like I think since December and until now, like I've weighed 190, you know, and then from November to Christmas time, I weighed 200. Like, I gained 10 pounds. And it was so easy for me to gain that shit. And then I went all the way up to like 204 at one point. And then it's just like, damn, and that really brings me down, because I'm going to the gym so much, but yet, you know, you fucking look and weigh this. And then I was like, man, like, I ain't shit. Like, I ain't shit.
That happened to me. Opposite.
Yeah. So it's like, and I was like, you know, I mean, you are, as much as you want to convince yourself that you're okay, and you're like, I'm all right, I can get away with, you know, taking a day off or eating some chips or eating a burger. Like, nah, it catches up to you.
Yeah.
And then
that's true.
And then yeah, it catches up to you, and then all of a sudden you weigh this, and it's just like, okay, you know. And then it's just like, you know what, I gotta do this. And then work sucks. I mean, dude, I went from making like X amount of money. It was pretty decent. It was good. It was more I ever made on a paycheck in my life.
Yeah.
And then going from like selling 0 cars, and then just today I've been there for what, a month now, like on my own, or like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and I finally sold my car on my own today, like just today.
Dang.
And like, bro, but in these 2 weeks, it took me 2 weeks to sell a car. I went 2 weeks without something, zero, like nothing, bro. That like really like destroyed me. Like I was like, damn, this shit sucks, bro. But I mean, it'd be like that. It'd just be like that.
I'm sure.
But then I asked myself, I was like, are you doing everything you can? I was like, no, I'm not. You know, I was like, so then like be logical with yourself. And it's like, you know what? Today I'm gonna make some shit happen. You know, and I tried and I did. You know, luckily. But also too, just kind of going back to the whole giving in thing and just trying to make something happen. And like too, I made this deal. Like I'm trying to lose weight at this one point, and I was like, I gotta do it. I haven't ate a bag of chips since like for a week now. I think that's a long time for me. I haven't ate a burger in like a week and a half. And I'm for real. Like this shit's hard. I haven't ate fries. Like none of that, bro.
No
like,
Whataburger.
I've had a chicken sandwich because it's only like 600 calories. So,
Okay.
Yeah, a little chicken sandwich. You know.
That's so funny, bro.
Yeah. Why?
I'm on a whole nother.
You're on the whole opposite diet.
I'm on a whole nother mission, bro. It's funny. Well, I'm on another mission, bro, because I guess like I told you, bro. Like even my short-term goals have changed. You know, I know I'm not going to the gym anymore, and it was because also lack of confidence, insecurity, and I was just not feeling it, bro. But I just didn't see results either. You know,
That's just frustrating.
I was when we were in Illinois, the most I ever weighed was 167. Last time I was at the gym, I weighed 158.
Get the fuck out of here!
It's embarrassing,
What
bro.
the
I was just
fuck?
like, oh fuck.
I mean, I went from 190. I mean, I weigh 199 now, but I went all the way. I've gained 14 pounds. Bro. I weighed 204.
As a skinny dude, I've lost 9 pounds?
Damn, yeah, that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, bro, and I was just like, I felt destroyed too. So yeah, man. I mean, I went through the motions with the gym, but even my short-term goals have changed. Now, I mean, I've been eating a lot better. I know that was a problem of mine too. When I guess like the first few weeks, it's just I wasn't eating right. I didn't have the energy to go to the gym. And I mean, you could just see it in my body too. I just wasn't eating right, bro. I mean, and now I am. Now I'm eating breakfast. Now I'm eating snacks. Now I'm eating lunch. Now I'm eating dinner. All that shit. So I feel a lot better. But everything I eat is like on a budget.
But hold on. Also, too, imagine if like you don't tell yourself like, oh, I gotta eat this, or I don't. Like you just let yourself go, keep going down that road. Like, can you, like
down?
Like just like you
of not eating
yeah
enough?
Like you're just like, oh fuck it, like whatever, I guess I just like this is me now, you know.
That's where you get stuck in that loop, bro.
You know, because there's a point where you gotta make a decision, like, do I just keep like losing
starving
weight
myself
or whatever you're going through, right?
Right.
You had to make a choice.
I did.
You
know?
know?
Yeah, that's true.
You were like, do I fucking figure it out, or do I fucking sit here and do nothing? You know, you have to make a choice.
No, yeah.
And then it doesn't like how do I say it? It upsets me, and because I care about people in general. That like some people really like just, you know, they tell themselves that, or they play the victim game, or they tell themselves I don't know what. But it's just like you get to decide, like, you know, what you want to do, and you know, like you made the decision, like, fuck, I gotta eat right, you know. And I'm happy you realize that, because I think someone like you, maybe like a year and a half ago, you were just like, oh fuck it, you know. But it's just like, you know, you grow and you figure shit out, and then you look back. The thing that destroys you the most, like for me at least, you look back at pictures, snaps, and you're just like, damn, like I was really, you know, I really weighed 190 at one point, or I was really like toning up my stomach at one point, you know. And now I'm just like,
yeah,
you know, and that shit just kind of like, you're just like, damn, what the fuck I've been doing?
What happened?
You know, and it's just like, but it's good, like, you know, that you realize that, because it's challenging, especially when you've had that and then like it's gone, and then like you're just like, oh well, I lost it, and now I gotta figure out a way to get it back. You know, that's hard.
It is hard, bro. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm back on that pedestal now, and it's just like everything. I mean, it's a lot different now. You know, I'm eating a lot more calories, but now it's just getting to the gym. That's it. It's the only thing that's missing now.
Shoot, I love the gym now. I'll be in that hole every day. Just not tomorrow because I can't make it. But that's good. What was I gonna say? I was gonna bring something else up. I don't even know. Where we at? We're 26. No, we'll wait. But we have a lot of changes going on. I think even still, like I think it blows my mind that we've been here like a month and a half, almost 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
When did we leave? March.
We got here like February.
Oh, February, like right after February 15 or 16. No,
16.
17 or 18. I'm sorry, because my dad's birthday is when he came. They came to pick us up.
Oh, okay.
I was 16, so we got home on the 17th.
Yeah.
March 17, April. So this week will be 2 months.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be 2 months, and it blows my mind that it's still like adapting, changing. I mean, just yesterday I told you, I was like, hey bro, like we should probably do this after this podcast, whatever.
Right.
And it's just like me, because I'm still like, bro, I mean, it blows my mind that I went from sleeping to a couch to sleeping in that used to be your dad's room to sleeping in this room, and now sleeping over there, and now I'm gonna be sleeping like here eventually, and that I'm just like, damn, like what the fuck. And but it's so funny how before I used to bitch so much about like I'm gonna just sleep in my room, from now sleeping in like 4 different places, you know, which is, even the other day I had to sleep in my sister's room because she was over there. I was like, well, fuck, oh well, hard ass bed too. I don't even know how she sleeps on there, bro. That shit's hard.
It's funny.
But yeah, it's just so many changes. You know, how does that make you feel? I don't know if you're going through so many changes too, like just constantly. So like now, I'm pretty sure you're adjusting to this fucking heat.
Yeah, dude. Today it hit me so hard.
Today was hot.
Holy crap, bro!
I was hot.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not like it at all today. I was just like, this shit is hot as fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
you probably get off the van.
I don't even, dude. I'd rather stay in the truck, in the van, rather than go outside. I'd be sprinting from the van to the house, back to the van, just to get back to the AC.
I bet
bro.
you, as soon as you get off that van, you just feel that heat just.
Yeah, bro. It's different.
And it hasn't even peaked yet, bro.
It hits different. Texas heat, I know it hits different.
Yeah, bro. I mean, today I was like, damn, it's hot. And then I'm in a fucking long sleeve and pants. So I'm over here sweating, you know, which is good for me, but but it's hot.
I've switched from drinking water bottles to water gallons.
Jesus, yeah.
That's how serious it's gotten for me.
Bro, I get dehydrated walking like not even a quarter mile. Like I gotta walk somewhere. It's like probably from here to like in front of Angel's like fence, where like the gate, whatever, like there and back here, you know. And I'm like, I need to drink some water because it's hot. And then I guess because I also like I adapted to Illinois weather and like just being how much I had to drink water, even in the summer. Like, because in summer I did, as soon as I got out the van, I went and then I was like, man, I gotta drink a little bit of water, you know. But it's just like here I gotta like drink half of my damn fucking
your flask.
Yeah, bro. Bro, like when it's hot, like I fill that thing up 4 or 5 times a day.
Jesus.
Yeah, bro, because I just be like, yeah. And then I'm talking so much to people, so I get even more like dehydrated. My mouth gets dry so fast.
Wow.
So that shit's like funny. And I was like, dang, it's hot.
It is. Yeah, it was hot as fuck today.
How you feel about that?
The heat?
Yeah.
Dude, it's been insane for me, man. And I mean, that's all I get from work. The people that work too, they're all just saying like, bro, this is nothing. This is nothing, bro. And I'm just like, bro, you gotta be kidding me. Like, it was hot as fuck like yesterday. But I mean, today was hotter than yesterday. So
yeah.
I'm kind of scared, to be honest.
Yeah, you'll feel it in May for sure.
Yeah.
May is when it's like consistently hot till all the way to August. And it's like, it's hot, bro. It's annoying hot sometimes.
Oh my god.
But yeah, but even me like adjusting to that is like different, and it's and I started to think about these things. I was like, man, it's just constant like adjusting. At this point, I'm just like, my life is gonna be like this for like a while, just adjusting and adapting. And I'm telling you, just today, I'm like, I feel like things have calmed down or worked a little bit in my favor, you know.
Right.
So about when was it when you told me that that, you know, this choice you decided to make? How long was it? 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
I want to say it was about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, about 3 weeks ago. You know, and even that to me, I was like, oh, now I gotta kind of like figure out what I need to do.
Adjust and change, or adjust and adapt.
And figure out that. But I mean, you can go ahead and say what's.
Guys, this is. I'm breaking the news here.
Yeah.
So it turns out.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Before you say it, do you still feel that that's the choice you're gonna make?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make
Deep
sure.
down, yes,
Yeah, okay.
This is the choice that is gonna be happening. But guys, this is my last podcast here today.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because I actually do plan on moving back to Colorado.
You say moving
back, not moving back, moving to Colorado.
That's kind of funny that you wear that sweatshirt.
It's kind of ironic. Yes, I did wear it on purpose. It's my Colorado sweatshirt. So, yeah, man, that's where I'm moving to.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say more than that, bro.
I mean, I could say more.
No, I want you to say more.
Yeah. So, I mean, I honestly, shit. I mean, it's taken. I think it didn't take me a long time to realize that I wanted to move. But it was very difficult when I first moved here to Texas, bro, because like I told you, bro, I just started realizing a lot of different things, and I'm just like, well, I wish I could do this, what I'm doing here in Texas, but you know, more for myself, more for I guess like my own family type of thing. And it's just like I want to be able to provide that for them, you know, be their role model in a way, be there for them, and just kind of showing them how I've grown too, and just like implementing that for them in a way too.
Yeah. And
I mean, that's mostly what it was, you know. It's just like I know I've like even since I've been here, like I wouldn't say like too much influential, but you know, it's just like I'd rather be doing what I'm doing here over there for some closer family.
Yeah, I understand that. Ever since, you know, we had that conversation, like every day or every other day, I think about it more and more. It's like, you know, and I try to figure it out. And at first, you know, when you told me that you wanted to leave, I was like, oh, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, it's too soon, you know. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just tough. And then, you know, and I was thinking that for long. It's just tough. And I was like, and then it's just like, think about like what you've been through, and I was like, okay, you know, I learned, I moved, I came back, I learned, I moved, you know, whatever. And it's just like now for me, it's just like I have some like I don't know if the word is called like gratitude, whatever, but I feel some form of like fuck, I don't know, more like I did the best I could, and I think that was all meant for me to do, you know, as much as like I wanted like this podcast for you and me to work out for the longest, and it took me a long time to accept that. And then the whole stuff that what I wanted to do, like that I wanted, we need to do it together. It took me a long time to accept like that's just not what he wants, you know. And then now when I really feel good about this decision that you're making, because in my head I tell myself like, dude, everything that you did, like now in his head he knows what he needs to do.
Right.
So it's just like, if anything, you don't need to feel like down about it, or like, oh man, like he's giving up. It's like, nah, bro, you need to feel good about yourself, because you just like fucking, you showed him a door, he opened it. You showed him another door, he opened it.
Right.
And now you're about to fucking show him a fucking door that's about to like just like show him like the whole world.
More doors.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I think that's the biggest thing a person can do for somebody, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean, and it's good that you say that too. Seeing the positives instead of the negatives, for sure, because like I mean, putting that positive comment within yourself, you know, but you have to look on the bright side.
But it's like not just like, yeah, it's being positive, but it's also being like me also too, like being real with myself, you know. Because I could get mad at one, like, dude, you're giving up too quick, or like, bro, we can make money here, like, bro, the podcast is growing. But it's I'm thinking about me, you know. Right. I'm not thinking about you. And that's how I was thinking at first, but then I was like, dude, think about how you got here,
right?
Like where I'm at. Think about like your ambitions, how what it took you to get here, you know. And I think like, oh shit, you know. I was like, was like, you're doing whatever you doing right now, like you did in the past. He's going through that right now. So as long as he goes on that path, imagine where he's gonna be in a year from now. Like, and I tell myself, I was like, think about when you got started. I got started about a year and a half ago. I think right now, right? So like, think about he's just like at fucking I got there July. So I say like you're about like 6 months. So you got like a year left, right, to catch up to me. Ideally, if I stopped.
I know what you mean.
So it's just like, think about that, and I tell myself, like, imagine where this mofo gonna be at a year from now.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a lot more better for him and for me too, and like everything else what he wants to do in his life, and he's gonna learn more about himself. Now think about where he's gonna be in a year, and you're trying to like mentor him in some form or way, and you're giving him the answers to a test.
Mm-hmm.
I said, think about how much more he's gonna grow. And I think about this shit, bro, and I'm like, and I told myself, like, motherfucker, you did the best you could, and I was like, and you know, and I know you enough where I'm just like, he knows.
Yeah.
When he's fucking up, or he knows when he's slacking off. And when you were not going to the gym, I knew, but I ain't gonna say shit to you, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, he knows. Now, whether he wants to do something about it or not, but I taught him better, right? Or I taught him better.
Right.
And I think even though I don't tell you nothing, and you see that, like, I think you realize, like, some things I'm doing, some things I'm not. You still, I feel like you still think, like, I still gotta do something.
I know. The competition, yeah, I mean, to me, it's still in my head. Yeah. Believe it or not, it is. It's just like, yeah, I should probably go to the gym, but
and I know. It's like, but it's also too, like, I gotta be real with myself. Like, bro, you've been, like, don't look down on not just you, but anyone, because they don't want the same thing you do, or don't want to do the same things you do. Mm-hmm. Because it took you a long time to get where you're at. Mm-hmm. And for you to think someone, like, to be there, like, just like that, like, it's just not gonna happen. Right. Like, they gotta go through, like, a lot of similar shit you've been through, you know? So, like, I've been thinking a lot about that, and, like lately, bro, I'm just, like, I'm happy for you, because I'm just, like, because imagine, I always say this, I was like, imagine if you guys don't leave, like, we don't leave Illinois. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad. I don't know what happens, but I always say, like, everything happens for a reason. Mm-hmm. And I think you going to Colorado, it was supposed to happen. I think it was going to happen this soon.
Yeah.
But I already knew before, like, moving to Texas, because I knew we were going to move to Texas at one point.
Yeah.
But I already know, I was like, this motherfucker's going to go to Colorado.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and I think we've also said it in, like, first podcast, bro, where it's just, like, you're even saying, you'll be in Colorado, and I'll be in Texas, and, we'll make trips here and there out there.
But I never knew it was going to happen like that.
But here's the thing, bro, because I do have, I told you this, too, that same night when we talked about it. It's just, like, I got to thank you for the way I see it, it's like open doors, right? Because if we didn't move out here to Texas, the door to Colorado to me wouldn't exist. It doesn't exist if I'd stayed in Illinois, you know? Like, it wouldn't have happened like that. So it's just like when I came to Texas, and then it obviously, okay, so there was a door to Texas. I came here, and it's just like I looked around, and it's just like, oh,
you were like, what was that movie called? Monsters Inc.
Okay, wrong door.
You walk in you go in the door, get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the next one in, you know what I'm saying?
So we called in another door, bro, and it's just like, okay, so you know what? At least I got out of that door, out of Illinois, and now I'm going to Colorado, bro. I mean, honestly, I don't think that would have happened if I didn't move to Texas.
No, I absolutely not. And, like, even to this day, I was like, man, I wonder what would happen if we would have stayed, Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I really don't. But I know, dude, the drive I have now, it's weird. Like, it blows my mind, And I was like, that's the one thing that, you probably wouldn't have found, like, over there. Cause here, bro, what I'm doing, everything, I just get put in environments that it's so hard for me. Like, it's hard. And I'm like, my confidence is just like, but it's I'm growing and whatever, and I was like, okay, like, I know that I need to be here, and it's just like for you, it's like you just like, I don't need to be here.
Yeah, that's how it was for me. It's just like, oh, I don't know how I feel.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, like, trust me, bro, I did do my best. I try my best to feel comfortable, to try and feel like it's more, I don't know, like, I don't know, just to try to fit in here. As much as I tried to push my head, like my head in here and everything, it's just like, dude, like I felt like shitty after it, bro. And that's when I came to the conclusion, I'm like, I don't know if this is for me, you know. It's just like I think I did try my best, and it's just like I tried to conform to it and everything, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like I said, man. It's like the opportunity for you to go to Colorado, it wouldn't exist, you know. And I think that as much as you talked about it, is probably how I feel about Texas, you know. And I was like, man, this motherfucker's gonna go to Colorado one day, you know.
Yeah.
And then, but like I said, I just never knew it was gonna happen so soon.
Yeah, and those were my thoughts for you when we were in Illinois. It's just like, yeah, this motherfucker wants to go back to Texas.
Yeah.
No question about it. He wants to go back.
Yeah, and but also like it's just me accepting like, you know, the truth. It's just what it is. But I mean, how do you feel now? Like, this is your last podcast. Do you? I really hope you do this one day. You decide to make your own podcast. I really hope you do.
I've thought about it, dude, and I've really put some thought into it.
I think you should. I think you need to find someone that could do it with you over there. Whether it's like a family member or you meet a new friend. I don't know.
Right.
But I highly recommend you do it because it's. I know you enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I know your podcast will be a little bit more different.
It would be. And I mean, yeah, dude. And I don't want to take apart your podcast. What you're doing is great and amazing. And, you know, you have your own niche and everything is great. But I know that,
styles are different, yeah.
Yeah, and there's a different genre. And even in between us, you know, like, of course, we talk about motivating and everything, but it's just like...
But I'm more, like passionate about that shit versus you're just like, oh,
I listen to it and I support it,
but it's not like me.
It's not passion, you know. So I have thought about it. I'm like, dude, imagine, I don't know, like it would be nice to have a podcast over there, but then again, it's just like I don't know.
You don't know what.
I just don't know. Like I would feel bad in a way too. It's just like, well, what if he feels like I left to Colorado to make another podcast?
I like told myself like, man, this motherfucker better make a podcast over there.
Yeah, okay.
Because like if you already got like this going, and this is like this is such, I don't know, I've always said this every time I get on the podcast. It's just so you're just not locked in, but it's just weird. But in a good way. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're taking, like a day out of an hour out of your day, out of a week, to just sit down and just talk.
I mean, it's like I said before the podcast, like, bro, for the first, like, couple minutes, 30 minutes, we're probably going to just catch up, you know? And then, I mean, I feel like this podcast is, like, going good for me because, like, I haven't got to talk to you in a minute, you know?
No, it's been a while.
It's been a while, but I really hope that one day or at one point, you know, where you kind of adapt and get a little comfortable, you decide to like, man, fuck it, you know, let me get some space and get a camera going and fuck it, you know, I don't know,
start recording something.
Yeah, something. But you should eventually.
I think so, bro. I think that'd be great, you know. And I mean, believe me, I mean, I don't want to be in that mentality either where I feel comfortable once I'm over there or anything. It's just like I still want to be grinding. I still want to be pushing myself to a limit, you know, to like kind of what I was doing before.
Yeah.
I want to be there again, and if not better.
I mean, you will.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna take time, but you will.
Yeah.
And it's just as long as you don't let yourself mentally, physically get comfortable, you'll be alright. You know.
Definitely.
Because I think like, you know, that shit happens a lot to a lot of people. You know, they get a good job or really, I mean, that's really it, really. They get a good job or they're doing, like, decent in life and they say, oh, I'm all right, you know? And you eat out or you don't eat as good and now you're gaining weight and you tell yourself, oh, well, I have a good job and I have a kid, so it is what it is. You know, because I know a lot of people that are like that, you know? And I see a lot of people that are like that. And, I mean, it's like I said before plenty of times, it's just so easy to fall into that trap.
Yeah, and I mean, shit, I'm young. I don't got no kids.
Yeah, same here. And it's crazy because where I work at, everybody talks about that shit. Like, don't have no kids, bro, you know?
Yeah.
And then people say, it's cheaper to keep her.
What do you mean?
Like, you have kids with a girl, right? It's cheaper to keep her child support, all this bullshit, divorce.
It's more expensive.
Yeah, it's cheaper to keep her. And now I'm like, what? I hear this shit every day at work, either from a customer or from like my coworkers, bro.
Wow.
Like today, I heard from a customer like, yeah, I should listen to my father. I should. It's cheaper to keep her. Wow. And I'm like, what the hell?
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, so bro. It's crazy. And I was just like, well, shit. And then when I talk to people, like, oh, like, how old are you? When I'm like, talking to a customer, like, oh, I'm just 23. I was like, yeah, I don't have kids. Yeah. I'm like, okay, like, there's a reason,
bro.
Like, there's a reason for that. And I mean, I got friends my age, and they got kids, and I'm just like, man, I see it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've also seen it first. Yeah. I know you and not you. I wouldn't say you, but I know. I guess in my situation with my sisters, I mean, they got a bunch of kids. Yeah. Whole lot of kids. And I'm just like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
There's enough kids on.
So it's just like you said, I mean, you're young, don't have no dependents on tax, tax papers is dependent, 0. You're not married, but like, and like, that's all everybody tells me here. Mm-hmm. Are you married? Nah. You got kids? Nah. Like, dude, don't stop. Like, just keep going. I'm like, okay, bet. Like, there's a reason why these people are saying this shit, and I hear it all the time. So like, if it's just repetitive, I was like, I gotta listen.
Yeah.
Don't have kids, and if I don't need to get married, don't get married. And I don't say that in a fucked up way, but
No, yeah, dude. It's honestly, to me, it's almost logical. Mm-hmm. Don't have kids. Don't get married.
But people be slipping up, bro.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. And I understand it'd be hard sometimes. But you gotta hold on.
Yeah, man. You gotta hold on for sure.
So, you're gonna move to Colorado soon.
Yep.
What, I don't want like saying this, but what do you expect? Let me ask you this. What did you expect to get out of Texas?
To get out of Texas, wow. Okay. That there's...
Did you expect this?
Huh?
Did you expect this?
Not initially, no.
Okay.
And it's so funny because there's this one sign on my way to work, and I see it every single day. It says, "Why did you move to Texas?"
For real?
I see it every day.
Where?
I don't know what the fuck the street is called, bro. It's almost, I don't know. It's like getting out of my the warehouse and stuff. Okay. It says like, "Why did you move to Texas?" And I'm just like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But I mean, initially,
you said you probably try to answer that question every day.
Yeah, bro. I look at it and I'm like, man, like, I don't fucking know why I moved to Texas.
You're like,
yeah, bro. I'm just like, I almost don't even want to look at that sign. I'm just like, shit. I don't even know, funny. Bro. No, but initially, I think the plan or like what I expected from Texas, bro, was opportunities. Obviously, I guess working partners and the podcast. Yeah. For everything to go well. And I mean, I think we each, I think I hit every single one of those things while I've been here so far. And I just started to realize that those things aren't really keeping me happy, making me, just in general, just keeping me happy, making me happy. Because at the end of it, bro, it's just like, I haven't really felt like I've been in control. Mm-hmm. I mean, those are not like things I've been in control of either, like they're other people's businesses, and they're I mean, to me, I've told you this too, it's just like, I feel like this is a great podcast, but it's like, it's more of a you podcast than like mine's, and I have no problem with that, like, I feel, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, those are the things I've slowly started to realize, and I'm just like, I don't know if my expectations were met, and it's just like, and I don't want to be okay with those expectations not being met either, that's another reason why I don't want to stay.
There's such like a beautiful moment when you reach that rock bottom, because I was like, dude, when you're at the lowest, like that's when you figure out who the fuck you are. Mm-hmm. Whether you like it or not, like that's when you figure out who you are and what you want out of life, And that's another thing I thought about you, and I was like, I think he reached a point where like, like somebody was like you were, this is how I visualize it when I'm rock bottom, bro. Uh-huh. Like you're in a black ass room, like it's dark, and there's just someone like talking to you, whether it's God or Jesus, whatever you believe in, right? And it's telling you like, hey man, like this is how it is, Mm-hmm. And you kind of just realize like, like, yeah, like this ain't it, you know. But I think there's a moment, there's a moment in rock bottom where you're just like, you gotta have a conversation with yourself. Like, what am I doing? Is this what I want to do? But then it gets tricky too, because when you are at rock bottom, your mind plays games with you, you know, and it tells you like that. Because also too, because if you can get confused where like you want to quit, or you really know like I need to be doing that. And I think it's harder for you, believe it or not, I think it's still harder for you to make the decision to leave to Colorado. Mm-hmm. I think it's still easier for you to stay here and try and make a living. Yeah. It is, because it is. If I'm being honest, it is.
It is.
You know, and it tricks me to think like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it's easier here. But then again, it's just like, think about it though, you know? Like, it's easier for him. I was like, if you were him, why would you want to make the easier choice? You know? Yeah. Especially when you fucking know that you're not supposed to be doing this. Because people know, bro. Like, as much as you're like, oh, I don't know.
But they still want to take the easy way
your
out.
mind and your intuition's telling you, like, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, and if you ignore that shit, like, man, it's gonna, like I said, and you, like, let's say you stay here and let's say you make some money. And then, like, 2-3 years go by and you're just like, man, what the fuck, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think that was my biggest fear, too, bro. Mm-hmm. It's just like, yeah, I know it could be super easy over here. You know, I'm making I don't know, like I am making the most I've made out of a job before, and it's just like, well, that's amazing and everything. But to be honest with myself, it's just like I'm not happy, and it's just like, and if I do stay here and I do stay with that job, guess what? I'm still not happy.
Yeah, and it's like when you have those moments, you gotta make a hard. Even like when I had to tell you, like, hey, bro, like. I can't, as much as like I wanted this podcast to continue between me and you, but I was like, I want this to grow and I want it to reach levels, you know. And I was like, I gotta kind of move on and grow. And it's like shit like that when I knew deep down inside, I was like, the best decision for you to make is probably tell Johnny, hey, bro, like, let's make one more last podcast and move on from that, you know. And like that shit's like hard, but when you know, and like you just gotta listen to that voice or to whatever it's telling you.
Yeah, and even me, it's just like I even knew that was coming too. So I mean, I had no problem with it. I was just like, it's understandable, bro, and I get it, and I fully respect it too.
You know, and it's like when you go and you're saying like, you know, I'm rock bottom, whatever, and you start being real with you, like yourself. You gotta be real.
Yeah.
Honest with yourself. You got something. Yeah. Go.
Yeah, dude, I got something in my eye, don't I?
Yeah.
God damn.
But yeah, and I think it's. Like, again, it gets tricky. Like, you rock bottom and your mind could be playing mind games with you. And it could be telling you all this stuff, but is it telling you this stuff because is it true, or is it telling you this stuff because it's just hard, you know?
Yeah.
And even me, I was like, oh, it's just hard for him, you know? But then I start to think about myself, like I was saying earlier, and it's like, well, shit. Like, bro, it's not that it's hard. It's just that he's at a point in his life where it's probably been one of the most difficult times, and you start to figure out what you want and what you want to do and how you really feel about certain shit, and it's just like, well, I mean, like, this is really how I feel. And I think it's brave and important that you acknowledge your feelings, because like I said, a lot of people don't. You can ignore all those feelings all day and you're here till fucking maybe 2 years, you know, and then who knows what you missed out on because you didn't listen or you weren't brave enough to accept the fact, not that you had to make that decision, but accept the fact that you had to tell me the conversation with George, the fact that one day, you know, maybe, I don't know if it's gonna happen, my dad might be like, oh, like, don't leave, like, accepting all that, you know, because that's hard too. You're like, man, people won't think this is that about me, you know.
Yeah.
And they don't understand, which I think that's still bad. Like, you should never play victim. But yeah, it's hard to accept, like, man, like, they're gonna say this about me, you know, or they're gonna say that about me. But it's just like, as long as this bug, man, as long as you know, like, deep down inside that you're making the right choice, like, that's all that matters. And that goes to not just you, but to everyone.
Right.
You know, if you're in some fucking situation, I don't know, whatever it is, but you just like, no, like, slowly work your way to make that decision. Because if you don't, like man, you gonna be somewhere you don't want to be in 2 years, you know. But like I said, it's good that you acknowledge what you feel, because
Right.
if you don't, like, who knows?
Again, it's just yeah, it was me almost being honest with myself again too. It's just like it hurts, but I have to be honest.
But
with
think
myself.
about like that pain you felt. How long did it last, bro? Like 2 weeks?
What pain?
The pain you felt of like I gotta move, or the
Of
moving here, all that
Of,
pain.
like staying here. No, because moving here didn't feel painful at all, bro. You saw me on the whole trip. I was chill as fuck. I was like
I wasn't.
calm as I was control of the shit. You know, I was like, I'm excited, bro. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
But I think it was when I didn't have the job at first. You know, it's just like, man, I feel like shit. I feel like I'm not doing anything. And then I would say a good like 2 weeks until I started really showing emotions, showing feelings, and that's when I kind of opened up to you about it. It's just like, yeah, bro, like I don't know if this is it. It took it didn't, I don't know. 2 weeks to me isn't that long, you know.
Yeah.
I kind of realized it pretty quickly. In a way, I'm happy. I realized it quickly, bro. It's just like I just have to start being true to myself and start really chasing what makes me happy. That's more important to me than trying to make other people happy, you know, like not just you, but it's just like maybe so that people won't judge me or anything like that, you know. I have to be true to myself.
Yeah, and that's important. And it's like now I know, like, as much as, even if you told me like right now, like, oh, like I want to stay now, I was like now I don't want to say I don't see you staying, but like it's just like how you been, and I start to think about everything. I was like, I think like this is something maybe he's been wanting to do for a long time, and now he finally has the courage to do it, or he got in a position where he has to do it, or he has to make a choice. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's just like I just know, like, that's just it, you know. But again, it's just important that you acknowledge all that shit, because if you don't, it gets scary.
I know that you were saying that my expectations from Texas. What am I expecting? Colorado?
Well, I was saying, like, now that you know what it's like to move,
Oh yeah.
and then like the transition, obviously, from Illinois, like how long you were there your whole fucking life, to now here, adapting to here, and now you're gonna have to adapt somewhere else. You know, obviously, you know what it feels like to move, and I mean, you weren't here long enough to kind of you're gonna be, when you plan on moving, you'll be here like a couple months, but how do you feel about moving? Is it scary? You know, and also too, like now that you know you don't want to be here, like, do you know, like you know what, I'm gonna create, in whether if you're in Colorado or not for like the rest of your life, or some, you know, for a few years, what do you expect, like, to get out of that too?
Dude, yeah, well, I'll start off by saying this. It's definitely scary. It's super stressful. Hella stressful.
Do you think it's gonna be easier than here, like a little bit?
No, I don't.
You don't, for real?
I don't think so. I mean, in a way, look, because the only thing that's making Texas really hard right now is just the fact that I'm working my ass off every day, and I am just trying to save up as much money as possible. But I'm only saving as much money as possible so that the whole process of moving to Colorado could be as easy as possible for myself. So yeah, man, it is scary. It is stressful. I mean, I am planning on moving in an apartment, and it's just like, it's gonna be empty. It's gonna be from the ground. It's gonna be empty as fuck. Like, and I have to build it from the ground up. The only thing I know that could help me feel like home is my mattress, my TV, and shit, my speaker. That's it. That's about it, bro. I have to start from ground zero. You know. So it is scary, bro, and I know it's gonna be super, super challenging. But you know, with the right mindset, I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping with the right mindset, the same amount of energy I'm working every day here, I could do that over there for a while, and kind of, like, get comfortable, try to make it easy for myself at first.
No, I feel that. But also too, like, what do you expect to, like, for you? I'm sure you set some form of goals, but like when you go to Colorado and you're right now, like, you know, what do you think ideally is going to happen for you? You know, whether or not it goes that way, but right now, what do you think? You know, I just want to have this on video. One day you can look back and be like, you know what, it happened, or you know what, like, wait, damn, that's just crazy.
Give me like an example.
Like, okay, like for me, I came to Texas and I'm like, you know what, I talked about the drone shit. I just got my drone. I talked about the podcast growing. The podcast is growing.
Okay.
So shit like that, obviously.
Right. So this is already in the talks. This is already kind of in the works. Obviously, I kind of want to be like you over there. I want to be influential. I want to be guiding people, mentoring people. I want to do that for my sisters, especially. I mean, they've been without, I guess, like, support in a way, and I mean, I don't know. I've always seen myself as a supportive person. I want to help them as much as possible, achieving their goals. You know, if they have any, like, I know my sister Vito, she wants to create like her own like plant business, whatever. I forgot what it's called. Sorry, but you know, help her achieve her, get closer with that. And I mean, I've learned a lot from you.
Yeah.
To be able to help her in some way to get her like kick started and stuff, you know, and stuff like that. What else do I hope to improve in? Obviously, going to the gym every day and just like taking it to the next level. Obviously, reaching my goal for once, you know, to where I want to be body wise. I want to have a career. I keep telling myself that because maybe the job I'm working right now isn't, I guess, to me, I find it just a job.
Yeah.
But a career is different, you know. A career is like you can keep fucking growing in that job, I guess. But it's just like you're almost set, you know. Like you're almost you know what you're expecting every week and stuff, you know. And you could expect to make more if you really try, if you put in the effort. So it's just like I want to have a career for once because I've never had that.
Do you know what kind of ideally career you kind of want?
This is crazy. I keep telling myself this is weird. I don't know if I'm lowballing myself. I know I'm a hard worker and everything, but I've always, if I see myself in Colorado, bro, it's just like I want to be maybe like a park ranger. I've always been into like maintenance and I don't know. It's just like that hard work labor.
Yeah.
But obviously, I wouldn't just be subject to just that. I want to keep doing things on the side. I want to keep doing things for myself, hobbies, and even going my own little like business, you know. I've even like I don't know. I've been super inspired by this one TikTok video of this one guy. He has this small little warehouse, small little office space, and he creates like metal. What is it, like metal like photographs. And he prints them and he like sends them out to people that, I don't know, they just request a photo to be printed out on metal. It's just like something like that, you know, for myself to be proud of. And it's just like my little mom. I don't want a lot, bro, in my life. It's just like the small little things, the small details. It's what means a lot to me.
You should really try it out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say as soon as you can, whether it takes you a few months or hopefully not more than a year, but definitely try it because it's just like you moved here and you know it wasn't for you. Now you do that and maybe it is for you or maybe it's not.
Exactly, bro. And I mean, I'm definitely going to go there with that same mindset. It's just like maybe over there, the very first thing it might be, hey, you might have to get this type of job, like the job I'm working right now over there, you know, because you know what you're expecting over there. Like at least, you know, I also have the experience with it, but it's just like at least you know what you're gonna be making, and it's just like that's okay. That's the best way to start off with. You know what you're expecting, but then it's just like I do want to slowly, maybe not slowly, but even like I do want to achieve that career. It's just like maybe a park ranger. It's just like I think that'd be cool. Why not? You know, study for it, take a class for it, and get there.
And it's like. If I was in a position where I was in, like a few years back, and I go back, I was like, I wish I would have took more opportunities like that. Mm-hmm. Because right now I'm just like what I'm doing. I think about it as a career, but very short career. Like my goal is, you know, I'm gonna be there till the end of this year. That's it. Whether I'm there longer, that's a different story. But my goal is for that. And it's because I was like, I need to stick somewhere and like grow, build everything as much as I can and create a foundation for the business I want to have and the life I want to live, you know, which is completely different, I think, not just from you, but a lot of people and everyone else, because we all want something we all want different things out of life, you know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Is that you again?
Yeah, bro.
That's funny. And it's just like understanding that part too, you know, like, hey, not everyone wants what you want, so you gotta you gotta do what you gotta do to make your dream come true, but also like understand what other people's like dreams are too, and how they want to achieve them, and don't judge them for them, because what makes you happy might not make this other person happy too.
Yeah.
And that's helped me so much lately with friendships, relationship with my parents, with my sisters, with you, in my relationship in general, you know. So it's just like understanding that like you are you, and what you want is what you want, and that's it, you know. And I think it's like you want to do a park ranger, like fuck it, why not, you know.
Yeah.
What if that leads to something else, and that leads to something else, and now you're doing this, and
exactly, bro. Exactly.
You know, like you just never know.
I feel you on that.
And it's like George is a really good example on this, because he's a fighter,
mm-hmm.
you know, and he's doing his business, and he's just like, fuck it, like we'll see where this goes. Like he wants to do this. I was like, dude, go for it. And if it like doesn't work out, then like now you know.
To me, it's just like, yeah, you're a firefighter. You're probably getting paid well. And it's just like, but dude, this business here, like this might be like a little gold mine here if you keep going at it.
His work ethic is crazy. I don't know how he does it, bro.
I know, it's insane.
It blows.
Hella respect for the dude.
Yeah, dude, that dude works like a lot, you know. I know he gets his breaks, you know, at the fire station, but there's days where he don't.
Yeah. And
he still does his job, you know, like god damn.
It's insane.
And I take a lot of like I get a lot of inspiration from him, from that. I was like, if you're not working as hard as him, and like you want to make like X amount of money, like you're not doing shit.
I feel this. I almost feel that same way too, bro. It's just like George be working a lot.
Yeah. And
I mean, I know
he got a whole kid and a wife.
And he's got a kid and a wife, you know, and he's got the side business. And I'm just like, damn. And I'm like, okay, I at least feel good that I'm working every day. You know, it's just I try to be like, I bet, you know.
How many days have you been working straight?
I don't know.
How many weeks? It's been a few weeks, right? Like 2-3 weeks now.
Yeah, I want to say this is my 4th week, if not it's been,
because you get there's a few days or times where you've got on pretty early though, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's just me working fast. I just either I have a short route and I just try to finish fast as possible, but still, I mean, shit. I mean,
but every day
it's been an everyday thing. I'm barely about to get my first day off tomorrow.
So you better enjoy it.
Huh?
You better enjoy it.
Oh yeah, and I'm super excited for it. Yeah.
Yeah, cause dude, I've been working like 12 days straight. I'm looking forward to Sunday so bad.
Yeah.
I was like, nobody tell me nothing. You know, I'm gonna do what I want to do that day.
That's okay, bro. Yeah, I mean, shit.
But then I think about, I was like, but the days you work, you gotta fucking work, man.
Exactly.
I was like, but I wanted to give you something, bro. I forgot.
Yes.
Do you know what this is?
No, I don't.
You didn't look at the Amazon account?
I did a while ago, but I didn't really pay attention to it.
As long as you don't know. So, like I told you, I've been feeling like a lot of... This shit's so loud. I've been feeling a lot of... Okay. Wait, that shit's big. Never mind. This shit's ugly. I'm gonna still give it to you, though. But you probably don't have to wear it. But... So I've been feeling like a lot of negative energy, a lot of negative vibes, and I'm like, man, what the fuck's going on, you know? And then someone my girl tells me, you probably got ojo, you know? You know, you've heard that, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, you know, I'm like, maybe, because also too, bro, there's been a lot of situations, not lately, but maybe like a week or two ago, where shit with the podcast and people talking about me and people saying shit, good and bad. And it's just like, you know, who knows? Maybe people are saying stuff, and maybe like, I'm not trying to be like, what is it called? Superstitious or whatever. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get something. And then I thought about you, and I was like, maybe he feels the same way too. Cause I'm like, bro, there's been times where I get so unlucky, and it's ridiculously unlucky, bro. You know, and it's stupid how I'm like, oh, bet it's gonna work out. Everything's like, one time at work, everything's set, bro. Like, you know, set, and then just some little detail, bro. And it happened to me 2 times, you know, and like back to back, and then it wasn't like, and then there's been shit with like bangs, and there's been shit with my cars, there's been shit with certain stuff, like everything, bro. You know, even from like since my car fucking fucked up,
Yeah.
Anyways, so I got a bracelet, and it's like a Ojo bracelet, but this shit's kind of ugly. It's too big. But I got it because I was like, you know what, like, protect you from like the enviness from other people, and shit like that. But I didn't realize this eye was so big.
That was so
that. Yeah, that shit's kind of weird.
I have another recommendation too, bro. Well, actually, hold up.
Probably
before that,
put this in your car.
Yeah. Another thing too, bro. What I've heard is just that like this is from my dad, but I heard that my dad's cursed or something, and I don't know if it's just my dad or if it's just like his side of the family. But I've heard that there's like been a curse on him.
I've never heard this.
Yeah. Well, I've heard it from my mom that my dad's been cursed, and I'm just like, what? And she's like, yeah. Right, cool.
Shoot, I've been feeling not cursed, but I just been feeling very unlucky. And like I said, I don't like to think about shit like that, but I got into the point where it made me think about that.
And also too, bro, my sister Anna, she has 2 medallions tattooed on her, and they're to protect her from evil and evil thoughts and stuff like that too.
But
I don't know what medallions they are exactly.
But for me, I feel like it's more like, I don't want to say like, and I don't say this in a cocky way, but it's more like a envy thing, you know? And people hoping and wishing negative about me, you know, like,
wishing the worst for you.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's people like that, you know. Yeah. Whether, I mean, they might not say shit directly to my face, but I feel like people do think that, and people do feel that. For sure. And it's understandable when there's someone like that's doing good and they're just doing a lot more, you know, and trying to, and I'm not trying to brag, I'm just trying to grow and you know, just try to do the best I can.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people are gonna look down on that, like, oh, why are you working so hard? Why are you doing so much? Da 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 da. Talking shit, doing whatever. So I was like, man, what's going on? You know? And that's also to me, like, getting connected in general, like spiritual and just trying to understand what's going on. And but there is gonna be negative energy trying to get to me and make, like, just bring me down. And that's why I got this bracelet. And I was gonna wear it, but I mean, I'm not gonna wear that. That's kind of weird. Cause I got one for myself, but I'm gonna just keep it in my car, I think. Okay. But so if anyone knows any, like, what are they called? Like, if anyone knows about, like, negative energies and bad vibes and all this stuff, like what I'm talking about right now, like, I just want to hear what people got to say about it, or like, oh, like, this exists too, or like those 2 medallion things you talked about. Like, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
So if anyone knows anything about that, hit us up. You know, let us know what's up. But I think, are you gonna open that?
Yeah, I'm gonna open it. I want to see how realistic this eye looks.
Cause it doesn't.
It almost looks real.
Let me see.
That's weird.
Let me see. It's too big. I thought it was gonna be. I like the bracelet though.
Yeah, the bracelet's cool.
You know, but
that eye would kind of scare me.
Yeah, I would be like, dude, you're weird. Like, you're like, it looks like you're trying to be the evil. But yeah, so I was like, you know what, like, cause I was gonna get one. I thought it was a lot smaller. I'm kind of disappointed. Yeah. But kind of just being protected from evil energy, cause I think that shit does exist. You know.
Yeah.
Negative energy, negative vibes, whatever. But I think that's how we're gonna end this podcast and your appearance on the False Nine podcast. But with that being said, I'm not gonna say what's gonna be planned for the podcast because I already know what's gonna happen. I got everything planned out. So you guys are just gonna have to wait and just, I mean, it's only 1 week. You gotta wait for it. But stay tuned and wish Johnny the best when he decides to, he's not leaving now, but he's gonna be leaving in a few months. 2 months?
About
a month and a half?
About a month. 2 months, about 2
months. So he'll be here, but just not on the podcast.
Yeah.
He might stop in a few times, who knows?
You never know. Yeah, bro. For sure.
But yeah, wish him the best and hopefully you start your own podcast.
Yeah, man.
And
I don't think it'd be a bad idea to start my own.
No, you should definitely. Even if you do it, like, you don't even have to do it once a week, bro.
Yeah.
Just do it like 2 times a month, 3 times a month.
But once a week was good.
Once a week is fun, yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I gotta say. So Giants Ass Podcast. We got new stuff. So I mean, next time you see the podcast, completely different setting, different person. It's gonna be crazy. I'm excited, but also too a little like sad. But I think it's just sad because something's coming to an end.
Yeah.
And I mean that's never exciting.
Yeah.
But I think it's good because even the other day when I showed it, I was like, dude, look at this shit like from back in like when we were in Illinois.
Yeah.
And it's like as much as like I love to see it, but I'm happy how much we've both grown.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I was like, man, that's badass. Like that's what it's about, really.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah, that ice
That
is too
bling
big.
bling.
It's
I
too
got
big.
that ice.
No, it's too big, bro. But stay tuned next week. I don't know if you want to say anything before you go.
Guys, yeah, I mean, shit, it's been quite a journey. It's been a fun ride.
And it's not the end for...
I wouldn't say the end either.
And the reason why I say that is because I really believe... Even if you don't start it soon, I think eventually you'll be like, you know what, I should fucking do it. Start a podcast.
Even start a podcast or even shit, I know this is the way you're saying it, bro. This podcast is gonna go a long way. Shit, you might fly me out sometime and be like, hey, Johnny, hop on the podcast. See how you been.
For sure, bro. There's gonna be plenty of times where that happens.
Yeah, bro, and I mean, shit, the connection, I don't know, what's that one saying in soccer? It's just like, I don't even know. The class is permanent or whatever. Form is temporary. Class is permanent.
Yeah.
I think that's the connection we kind of have for each other too.
But also too, this has probably been one of my top podcasts.
Yeah.
There's a few that really stand out to me. There's one that we've done on our own. I don't know which one it was. The one with Eric, I liked a lot, and then this one has been really good.
Mm-hmm.
And there's many more to come. And I mean, shoot. I don't know. I don't know how to end this podcast in the proper way, but I mean, besides that, do you have anything else to say?
Besides that, yeah. Oh shit, it's been fun, and I mean, yeah. I don't know, bro.
I really believe you'll still be on one more time before you go, though. But
I think so too.
As like a guest,
As a guest, yeah. As a guest, I mean, shit, I could be on this side right there or some shit. I don't know, whatever. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. And also too, I do want to mention I just got a drone. And I might or might not get it for free. Who the fuck knows? But also too, once this podcast comes out, hopefully I have a few vids out and just show love to that. And I think right now I'm reaching a point where I'm starting to really explore my my journey in videography. Really.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it was growing on me back then, but now it's growing on me a little differently. I did something real different just last night, and I enjoyed it. Whether that takes me somewhere else, I don't know. But I got a drone coming in. I don't know what that's going to lead to, but if I get it for free, I know that that's really what I need to be doing right now. Mm-hmm. Because it was given to me for free for a reason. Whether, like I said, I'm not trying to get excited, but you never know.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. As far as for me, I'm doing okay. I don't want people to think I'm like fucking depressed, because I'm not. I'm just going through normal life shit. And stay tuned. Next week's episode, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. It'll be me and someone else introducing them, and then from there, it's gonna be a fucking domino effect. And False Night's gonna keep growing. John's gonna keep growing. I'm gonna keep growing, and it'll be fun. Right. Again, I appreciate everyone who's listened and supported the podcast from my side, and hopefully Johnny's listeners keeps continuing listening to the False Night podcast. And when you decide and when it happens and you make your own podcast, I'll make sure that hopefully a lot of our listeners stay tuned and listen up to you, because I think
definitely
you have something that I don't, and like you said, like the niche way where you can really start talking about certain things that I'm just like, I don't see like you see them. And I think if you have those conversations with people that maybe you can have better conversations with, I could have that conversation with you, but I think since the False Line is more like I'm more of a control, that like you don't really get to, you don't control, maybe the niche or the theme of the podcast.
I get what you mean.
So hopefully you do. I'm gonna probably push you, and I'm probably gonna tell you a lot when you move over there. Like, dude, when you're gonna do it? When you're gonna do it? When you're gonna do it?
Do that, please.
You know, I will, and because I mean, everyone got something to say.
Definitely, bro, and that's very true. Everyone does have something to say. So.
And it's like, people tell me like, oh, like the George podcast or the one we had with Sam, like, oh, like that was good. And sometimes I'm like, really? And it's not like I don't think it was good, but it's just crazy how there's different people that can relate to this person and you don't expect it at all.
Right.
That's fucking beautiful, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I appreciate everyone who's listened, and hopefully from now on, just keep listening, keep showing love.
Yep, keep showing that support, guys. Keep showing the support to the False Nine, and back this man's up.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's the end of episode 128. We'll see you next week with a new co-host and new everything. Thank you for everything. Peace.
Peace out.